my god, the DMM release date, gentlemen. Deadman mode, Annihilation overview, not overbrew. Gosh, I PK'd too much. And rewards blog. Yeah. The 30th of January 2026. 80 days from today. Let's watch this video.
Deadman is coming.
Oh shit, was that Skilly and Bodhi in Torvesta?
Deadman is coming.
Okay. So we already know what Deadman mode is, right? Whoever doesn't know in the chat, this is basically a mode where it's like usually just about PvP. Everywhere you go is basically wilderness except certain banks, such as the GE, right? Varrock Square is safe, okay?
That was a crispy
Lumbridge Bank,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
But not all banks are safe. Another example would be like Draenor Bank is not safe, okay? But every place is basically wilderness. You can attack basically, you know, anybody that you see in your world, right? And you could kill them for whatever they have on and whatever they have in their bank. That's what usually Deadman mode's about. And sigils are involved usually. You know, they add, you know, trinkets of venge where you can venge without being on the venge spellbook, stuff like that. So somebody said, okay, what is this? But I've never done PvP before. This doesn't sound like something for me. That brings us a decade since Deadman mode's inception. With a brand new offering, while always on PvP sounds and is scary, we've been taking steps with each iteration to try to make the game mode approachable for players with limited PvP experience while trying to preserve the sense of danger that anything could happen, feeling that makes Deadman or the Wilderness stand out. So if your PvP experience is limited, then don't be discouraged. There's still plenty for you to enjoy in the Deadman mode Annihilation, and this blog should help you out to get to speed with everything that's changing. If you're a total novice, then keep an eye out for our YouTube channel over the upcoming months, where we'll be releasing a video on tips, tricks, guidance for players who are brand new to Deadman mode. You know, before we indulge in this Deadman mode blog, I just want to say that I hope they're not changing anything too crazy, right? Like, Deadman mode is supposed to be harsh. It's PvP related. It's strict, okay? It's scary for a reason, right? You get rewarded if you kill somebody, and you get punished if you die to somebody. That's the way it should be, in my opinion. I do understand them trying to take a route to open doors for new players, right? People that haven't tried this before, people that are scared to indulge in a PvP set, right? Setting. It wouldn't be Deadman mode without NPCs having a chance at dropping some enhanced loot, and the Deadman's chest ups the ante more than ever before. Upon killing NPCs outside of an instance, there's a rare chance that they'll drop a Deadman's chest. All you have to do is loot it. Unfortunately, it looks as though there's no convenient key to bust them open. So you'll have to put your lockpicking skills to the test. This doesn't require an actual lockpick or a thieving level, just time. Cracking these chests will require 60 seconds or 30 seconds in multi-combat area with no interruptions. That means other players who see you trying to loot the chest can and will fight you for it. So you'll have to clear the area before claiming your spoils. It might be worth keeping a PvP set on hand more often, with our sigil changes, okay? Gosh, I mean, this just sounds like clanman mode. Because, like, if there's a chest that, you know, that opened up to you at a breach or, you know, at a setting where there's a lot of people, the person that just has more players automatically win, right? That's the way I see it. Or am I processing this wrong, right, chat? Numbers basically win the chest, or am I wrong? Because they could just attack everybody off until their clan ends up, you know, getting the chest and opening it, right? It's whoever has more numbers in their clan. All right. You can open it up in singles. Yeah, but let's say somebody attacks you and then you're 1v1ing now, then another guy that attacked you probably has a clan, and then his clan members just gonna open up the chest while you're getting ragged off that chest that you just got. Right? So, like, even in a 1v1 setting, you could get passed around. That means other players will see, okay. Where am I at? Which are sigil changes. Okay, there's sigil changes this year. Should help with. For your troubles, you'll be handsomely rewarded with valuable loot, including ancient warrior armor and 2 uniques that have never been seen before in Deadman mode. The Thunder Kopesh and the Dog Sword. Oh. Adding 2 new weapons to Deadman mode, chat. The Thunder Kopesh and the Zog Sword. The Dog Sword, I'm pretty sure, is all God Swords in one. The Thunder Kopesh is just basically, I think, like a DPS monster or like a KO potential weapon. I think the Thunder Kopesh might be a little bit too OP. I'm going to be predicting a nerf. A lot of people are going to probably complain about it. I've seen it be used in leagues and all these other stuff. If it's too strong, because if you get hit by the Thunder Kopesh and if you're on the same tile, doesn't it stack like lightning damage to you and stuff like that? And Deadman mode's all about freezing, so you're going to get entangled, and then if you get specced with the Thunder Kopesh, who knows how much kind of damage you're going to be able to take. The dog's ancient God Sword effect will deal 15 damage and heal you for 10 HP points. Otherwise, it functions as it did in leagues. And PVM, the Thunder Kopesh remains unchanged in PvP. Special attack will produce 4 lightning bolts, 1.2 ticks apart, where your target is standing. These lightning bolts deal 30 to 45% of the initial damage. Let me think real quick. So if I hit a 60 in max gear, the guy is probably going to take around like 20 to 25 damage every 1.2 ticks. 4 times. Gosh, that's harsh. Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, this is hella getting nerfed. No, that's gonna get nerfed when it releases. What, are you retarded? That's not what that means. Yes, it is, Binky. Oh, no. Wait, is that what that means? It's 1.2 seconds, not 1.2 ticks. Still, that's pretty harsh regardless. 1.2 seconds. That's harsh in my opinion. That's hard. Anyways, let's keep reading. In single combat, these lightning bolts will only hit your target. In multi-combat, these lightning bolts will deal damage up to 9 players on the tile that the lightning bolts are targeting. So be ready to move out of the way in Deadman mode Annihilation. Lightning absolutely does strike twice, 4 times even. Okay. This damage can be mitigated by Protect Melee on the initial hit, or Protect from Mage for the lightning bolts. Ah, that's cool. Okay, no, that makes sense. Or avoid it entirely by moving away from the tile. Okay. That's definitely, you know, you get rewarded if you get the prayer right, so you gotta just basically make sure that you don't get hit off prayer, right? I could see people, you know, getting hit off prayer with that Kopesh, right? Somebody like me. And then I'll do Protect Mage on the first initial lightning bolt. And then the guy that's he's probably gonna go inspect with the Dog Sword right after, because it's also an AGS, right? Or like an AGS in general, and try to stack the damage. That's interesting. Yeah. In single okay, we already read that. Okay. Deadman mode skull. This mysterious skull is given to all players, providing access to a powerful new shop. For every Deadman point you earn by leveling up, killing bosses, achieving completing achievement diaries, you'll also receive a skull point. Skull points will be used in Deadman mode's skull shop to purchase sigils. That's interesting. Quest completion, lamps, and permanent character unlocks. So you could also purchase quest completion lamps and permanent character unlocks. How do you guys feel about this? Chat, give me some feedback on this one. I don't know if I like it or not. So are sigils not going to be traded in GE anymore? It's just like if you get one, cool. I feel like they're kind of trying to change Deadman mode into leagues to appeal too much to the crowd. Anybody agree or no? Because Deadman mode is supposed to be harsh. I feel like they're trying to make it like a lot very similar to leagues with these kind of updates. I guess I'll keep reading. Yeah. Most of the sigils that aren't PvP oriented have been converted into permanent unlocks, meaning you can buy them from the shop and keep them active forever rather than juggling your sigils constantly like in previous Deadman mode's iterations. Those PvP oriented sigils still use the old system. You'll be only be able to use 3 at a time, but all these other sigils will be forever attuned to you. You could use the skull to easily check what sigils you've got permanently unlocked and whether they are toggled on or off. So everything you need to know is one convenient place. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, it's just screaming a little bit of leagues to me. Like it's just I guess this is I guess shit, we'll see how it goes, but Oda, in my opinion, you have to leave the harshness and high risk to all stars. You can't complain DMM is dead and then they're trying to draw more common folks in the same time, homie. I see what you're saying. Yeah. But you can't appeal too much to the crowd, if that makes sense. You can't do it too much, right? Because if you do it too much, I feel like it kills off what Deadman mode used to be and what is Deadman mode. We'll see. We'll keep reading. Instead of being auto-completed by moving through combat brackets, many but not all quests will be completable via the shop, so you can choose whether or not to tick them off yourself for the XP rewards or spend them skull points to complete them. Just make sure you've got enough left over to pick up any sigils that you're eyeing up. Keep in mind that some quests will be auto-completed for all characters when they first log in. But beyond that, it's up to you what you'd like to tick off, whether you'd like to do it yourself or part with your points. Deadman mode skull score. The Dragon King. The Margit 1, the Gnome, the Caridian, the Recipe for Disaster, Fremenic, Elf, Camelot, Myric. I see. You could knock out whatever quest line you guys want to knock out. Okay. On top of that, you'll be able to check when the next breach is happening, trade in the Archaic Emblems, and change your spellbook using the Deadman mode skull. The only important thing that you can do with the Deadman mode skull is change your prayer book, but that's still a whole lot of utility for a single item. True. As you might expect, we'll be making a bunch of balances changes to sigils and trinkets alongside the new system, and we'll be saving all the finer details for later boxes. We're focused on the biggest beats for the time being. Naturally, these are significant changes to the sigil system, and we'd like to give you a quick rundown on the rationale behind these tweaks before moving on. What the fucker? Reduced mental overhead and time spent searching through your bank to get the right sigil set up for your next activity skill grinding. Nobody wants to organize their bank in a temporary game mode, and half of you don't even want to do it in the main game either. You don't need to hold on to the stacks of burnt food. It's time to let them go. Reduced disadvantage for players looking to skill or PVM, since you'll still all have your PvP oriented sigils equipped, meaning you're not giving up the PvP power to be able to progress. Okay. Time more things into points, promotes deeper account progression, and reduces the impact of being fed gear by others without playing much yourself. Okay. Reduced RNG when trying to plan out a progression path. No more reliance on receiving a specific sigil to kickstart your journey. Okay. Hold on. What did you mean by change your prayer book? The Ruinous powers are back! 3,000 skull points. The Ruinous powers. The Ruinous powers were an alternative, offensive, focused prayer book that we proposed as a reward from Desert Treasure 2, but we couldn't get into a position where we felt comfortable releasing them to the main game. They made a return as a relic choice in Leagues V, Raging Echoes, and they'll be usable in Deadman mode Annihilation, so as long as you got the skull points to unlock them. Okay. Who knows what kind of fucking damage you could hit this Deadman mode now. Just looking at, like, you know, sigils that are being introduced and you know, the Ruinous powers being introduced. I mean, you could probably hit like a 90 plus AGS, and oh my god, the damage is about to be insane this year. Just like last time, breaches will make a return, but we've made a handful of tweaks. Breaches that take place in single combat locations will spread monsters out more. This means that any fights breaking out should feel a little less chaotic than frantically trying to barrage your target in the middle of a seething mass of 50 people. Okay. I feel like that's a good one. As is customary at this point, we'll be adding new bosses to Breach roster and making some balancing tweaks to returning NPCs that make them even deadlier so that we can keep things fresh while also alleviating pain points from previous iterations. Okay. The bosses are meant to be threatening as well as appealing. Okay. Yeah. In Deadman mode Armageddon, we'll have 3 breaches at fixed specific times, unlike Deadman mode Armageddon. We'll be doing away with the 4th random time breach since, unlike Deadman mode Armageddon, we'll be doing away with the 4th random time breach since these made it difficult for people to plan around and introduce frustration, fear of missing out, where breaches are supposed to mean a consistent promise of valuable rewards and potential PvP. I think the random time breach was fine. Fuck people that felt like they were missing out. I mean, you get rewarded for playing the game, right? And then a random time comes in and you gotta rush there and go see, you know, what kind of value you could get out of the breach. You were on at that time. Not only that you're lucky, but you were grinding RS at the time with the random breach spawn. But now they want to take that out? It's bullshit! Like, come on, bro. I know people work, they have jobs, you know, they got a lifestyle, but if you're on right at that random time, you should get rewarded for it. You were playing. Throughout Deadman mode Armageddon, killing another player will reward you with a bank key, allowing you to plunder their 10 most valuable items or stacks of items from their bank. Players could protect some of their most important items by using a safe deposit box whose contents would never be lost to your killer. While this system is great at upping the stakes, in practice it only really ups the stakes for people who are playing fair and abiding by our no muling rule, which we have admittedly have a difficult time of enforcing. This meant that experienced players or bad actors could shift their important loot onto characters who never left safe zones, then trade it back to themselves as needed, or fill their bank with items whose actual value wasn't accurately represented by the grand exchange value, effectively mitigating the risk entirely. Newer players, they're gonna take away bank keys, aren't they? Newer players or more casual players or any players looking to stick to the rules would steer clear of muling and risk more as a result. On top of this, juggling which items you want to bring with you versus leaves in your deposit box every time you left a safe zone was a bit of a faff and led to a lot of second guessing, wasting time in safe zones where you could be out there gaining Deadman mode points. You could probably see where we're going with this. We are removing bank keys. Wow. I thought I would never see the day that bank keys gets removed in DMM. That's crazy. Wow. Bank keys being removed in DMM. I feel like that was DMM. Right? Like, I feel like that brings hype to DMM as well. I know it's hard. I know why. Listen, I can understand trying to appeal to newer players. But the thing about bank keys is that it brings a lot of hype to DMM because let's say you kill somebody and now you got a key. You can open that key, right? And you have something to look forward to, and it could, you know, be something crazy in there or something that you don't expect. I mean, bank keys has always been a part of DMM for years. That's crazy. Wow, no bank keys this year. But Oda, don't you think they make a fair point? Because everybody muled everything over. I see what you're saying. It's definitely fair. It's a fair point. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens this year. I think I see their vision. I see where they're getting at. You know, they want to appeal to people that are not breaking rules, that don't normally get out of a safe zone, right? Hey, man, maybe this will increase the player base for DMM. Let's look at the bright side of things, right? Let's not be too sad. Combat bracket world. So they're bringing back 3 to 60 world, 61 to 80, 81 to 95, and 96 plus. Last year, Deadman Mode Armageddon allowed players to earn PvP-focused cosmetic rewards in the main game for the first time ever. We'd like to do the same thing again, and we reckon we've got some options that you're going to love. A wilderness-themed POH kit. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty badass. Home teleport animation. That's pretty cool as well, a DMM home teleport. Weapon recolors. That's cool. Oh shit, the Bofa of Faradin and the crystal armor? Shit. You guys gotta look right this upcoming year, Chad. Make sure you guys play DMM. Crystal armor is getting some ornament kits now. You gotta be, listen, crystal will always be, you know, used in some way, right, in this game. You guys gotta play it now, yeah. Ornament kits for crystal, it looks sick too, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's an interesting blog. I would have been fine with Deadman mode being the same as it always has and catered a lot to PvP and just like straight cutthroat. But that's just my inner PvP talking. That's just Odablock talking because I live and breathe PvP 24/7. If I'm looking at the bigger scale and the, you know, the other side of the coin, right? I see why they're doing all these changes because they're trying to bring in different brothers that, you know, don't normally play DMM onto the game, right? They want you guys to be more involved. And I gotta say, they made it extremely lenient for you guys, so you motherfuckers better play. The brothers that don't normally play DMM, because they got hella lenient on you this time. They made some leniency. They gave you guys some safety. You know what's crazy? You could literally now, if you think about it, you know how like questing was always scary in DMM? You could quest completely naked now and be completely fine. Did you guys notice that? Like, think about it. All you guys that have ever played DMM, where you were scared to quest because you were going to die and lose the shit that you didn't want to, maybe a barrels item in your bank or this or that. Now you could quest completely naked and you don't drop a bank key. You could just fucking go back out and go. Right? Like, it's definitely way more lenient across all boards. It really is. To compensate somewhat, all players will have a skull icon above their head, which indicates their current risked wealth, whose eyes will glow yellow if the player is also skulled in the traditional sense. This works similarly to the skulls within Bounty Hunter. This means that players will outright know whether or not you're actually risking anything and have to decide if fighting you is worth the time and supplies, rather than gambling on everything because they could have a high value bank key. That's really interesting. Which is honestly good for you guys again. And I guess good for PKers too. I guess it has, like, you know, some pros on both ends. And then this is just a bunch of little tweaks and changes in Deadman Mode Annihilation, right? Ah, gosh. Where's Trident's name on here? Oh, yeah. He got fired. Oda, they never mentioned any of the finale, though. You know why, right? Because it's probably going to be multi again, and they don't want everybody to be upset. To be honest, I think they're legit undecided on it. Yeah. Yo, Rice, call me on Discord real quick if you're on your computer. I'm kind of curious to see what your feedback is. Yo, how do you feel about the changes?
Oh, I mean, I'm happy, to be honest.
So it's all right. It's all right, isn't it? It's all right.
Yeah.
I think it appeals to the crowd for sure.
Yeah, to the average player.
Yeah.
You kind of need that, man, for it to last. Otherwise it dies really quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about the point shop and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think that'll be really good. I think the sigils, the way they're going with that is really good as well. I think. Yeah. What do you think about it?
I think it's cool. Yeah, I think I'm waiting to see how everything will unravel because I feel like I need to be in there and experience it to actually give my opinion.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. I mean, as long as it's releasing soon. I mean, January 30th is pretty soon, so I'm excited.
Yeah, like 2.5 months. What about that?
Yeah. Can you tell Solo Mission to speed up with All Stars? When is All Stars coming, bro?
Bro, legit. That's gonna be a while though. The finale, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we need All Stars to come, bro. Gosh, All Stars is the bread and butter to the RuneScape community. I'm telling you.
We need it, bro. Maybe 1v1s in the public Deadman as well. Maybe.
Oh my God! Imagine that. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine a 1v1 with a bunch of streamers like a LAN event. That would be crazy, no?
Bro, legit. I can tower over your IRL, then beat you. Like, oh,
Yeah.
can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting to like I'll give you a dap up hug and then your belly connects before like the whole body. You know what I mean?
You go flying or something.
Like your belly is definitely like a ring of recoil. I gotta be careful with you.
Legit, bro, legit.
All right, well, Rice, I'm gonna let you do your thing, bro. I didn't know you were on your phone. I'll catch your ass later.
No, it's been a bit.
Already kicked you. Sit down.